Hey, my best friends, Allen here. I am, of course, back as promised. As some of you guys may know, yesterday we dyed my leg black using hair dye. This, of course, is a permanent hair dye. And for those of you who were so kind enough to tag along for that journey, you may remember that the results weren't quite as dramatic as I had hoped. I was really hoping for it to pack a punch. I'll insert a picture. Actually, no. You can watch it if you want. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But since it wasn't quite dark enough, I actually, you guys, re-dyed my leg. And I also shaved it so the hair wouldn't interfere with our little experiment. What a weird process, you guys. But yeah, I re-dyed my leg. I let the dye sit on there this time with a semi-permanent hair dye for over an hour. But now that my leg is nice and bruise colored, I thought we could do a really fun experiment. A lot of this has to do with whenever I dye my hair, of course I make a big mess. And a lot of you guys are so kind and you give me awesome recommendations for how to remove the hair dye, both for my belongings, for my skin. You guys are so kind and you give me recommendations on how to prevent all of that. So I thought today, along with some of your recommendations, I could use some of the stuff that I've read online, but we are going to, in fact, try to get my leg back to normal. Now, you guys, here's the next part of it. In order to make this like a real science experiment, I'm gonna try my very best, okay? And we're gonna do like a science grid with this tape, you see. Do you see where I'm going with this? This way, you guys, we will in fact know what method was the most effective. Because we'll be able to see. And I'm super excited, you guys, because hopefully most of these work. Because then when we take the tape off, it's gonna look like I'm a weird zebra leopard thing. I'm gonna have stripes. I'm gonna be a stripy boy. I'm not too sure why for some of these pieces. Well, I guess all of the pieces. I'm not sure why I went all the way around my leg. It feels very constricting. I guess aside from the 8 things I have prepared too, you can see if tape is an effective method for removing hair dye. I kind of look like a stripper. It felt like the tape was too tight, so I ended up ripping everything open. And it still feels like that, so I'm not sure what's wrong with me. Maybe it's all in my head or something. But now that we got our nice little strips, you guys, we can begin our experiment. I thought about setting up shop in the bathroom, but for filming purposes, we're gonna do it right here. I think I'm gonna wipe everything with paper towel, and I do have water handy if needed for when I have to rinsey. But for starters, you guys, we're gonna start off with bleach. I've heard people recommend bleach, obviously, but I've also had people recommend diluting it in water. That would be the safer route, not that you should ever use bleach on your skin. I don't want to tell you to do that, but this, in fact, is cleaner with bleach. I do apologize, I don't have any actual bleach. But since there is in fact bleach in here, it should kind of give us the same concept. I'll start right here, I do suppose. And then as we, ooh, you guys. Ooh, we got a good one. So I did end up wiping it over once more with the bleach. Right now, though, I'm just using a fresh paper towel and a little bit of water, just to protect my skin. So I think up next, we'll try baking soda. I've also heard mixing the baking soda with peroxide is an option. What we're gonna do today is with this damp paper towel, we're gonna put some baking soda on there. We're gonna maybe try and form a paste. I don't know. I didn't really think about this too much, you guys. Obviously, we brainstormed this process, but I'm not really sure about any of this. It feels really scratchy. Maybe we could get it wet. Okay. And then put some of the powder on it. I don't know. Now that we've given the baking soda some time to work its magic, I can kind of taste it in my mouth. We're gonna use a wet paper towel to wipe that off as well. This is really scratchy. It's very abrasive and I don't like it. As you guys will see, the baking soda did a pretty good job. Not quite as good as the bleach, but it is now, in fact, time to test out method number 3. Just some standard dish soap here. We're gonna use a wet paper towel for that one as well. You can of course use hand soap or shampoo or any kind of soap you like for this method. So this is a very easily accessible one. Okay, we get to do the nice big thick stripe. Can you guys see what we're doing? You can of course do this with like a little scrubbing sponge or something. But well, it's going away now because it's been a while. My ears are still, can you see that? There's still scabs on my ears. I scrub myself so raw. So I wouldn't actually recommend using a scrubbing sponge. Ooh, you guys, this is coming off pretty easy, even with just the soap. I'll scrub it for like a minute or 2 even, but I'm impressed. What should we do next? Ooh, you guys, I'm surprised the soap even worked better than the baking soda. How lovely. For number 3, this brings me into something, I feel like maybe I've heard this before, but with this, you guys, somebody recommended that I try this, and I'm really excited to try it. I think one of my favorite things about doing YouTube is stuff like this, because we get to like talk and you know that relationship, and you know, like you guys give me recommendations and ideas, and like I don't know, we get to do it together. Like that's why this is so awesome. Okay, I'm gonna give this one a really good shot because it was recommended. So we're gonna try to take it seriously, okay? There we go. As you guys will see, the part I was able to scrub came out looking nice and clean. It's really hard to like get that U motion on the underside. But so far it's looking really nice, you guys. I'm gonna have clean legs in no time. All right, my besties, this next option is a little kooky. It's a little weird, but it actually involves more hair dye. Like, how did we get back to here? I'm not 100% sure of the science behind this, and I'm not sure if you could just use like a bleach kit or something. I feel like the science of this has something to do. I'm not a professional, guys. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm wondering if it has something to do with the fact that when hair dye deposits color, it lifts it first. Is that why? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, you guys. But nonetheless, we are going to be testing that method with another box of color silk. For this, I have no idea how long you're supposed to leave it on for. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking for a pair of scissors. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to put a nice, generous amount. We're going to work in our hair dye. And we're going to let it sit for like 2 minutes. It's kind of like magic, but you can in fact see, I haven't even wiped it yet. The hair dye, in fact, is dissolving the other hair dye. I don't know what happened. It changed colors. I went to pee, and then this happened. That's really cool. As you guys can see, this method left my skin kind of like a weird tannish color or yellow. But I'm sure with a little wiping, we could clean that up a little bit. It's a lot better than before. Oh my gosh, what number are we on? 3, 5. For number 6, we're gonna go in with a classic, which is in fact rubbing alcohol. I am fresh out, so we're gonna use some hand sanitizer. If I'm doing this wrong and there's not alcohol in here, I'm pretty sure there is. I'm sorry. But as you can see, it's using a hefty amount. We like to be hefty. Just like all the others, we're gonna give that a little time to work its magic. Similar to the baking soda, this one burns. I don't enjoy it. Now that this hand sanitizer is done sucking the life out of my skin, let's give it a little whitey. So far, I'm actually really surprised how the results are lining up, because this one is actually the least effective. And this is the one a lot of people use. Of course, it's different. And you don't want to put some of these on your face, I suppose. It's just like interesting, you know. This next one actually makes a lot of sense because of the ingredients within. Usually toothpaste has like a whitening agent or something like that, such as baking soda or peroxide or whatever. So it makes sense. Toothpaste is also kind of rough and abrasive. That's the word, yeah. So let's scrubby wubby. Try my best. Because that's what we do on this channel, you guys. We try our best. So far, this one's doing pretty good also, you guys. Again though, ooh, there's like a weird tan color. I feel like this tan color that is found in both of these is from the underlying hair dye, the color silk. So maybe these options were just able to remove that, and these two were not. But this again was the hair dye, so that would make sense also. I'm so sciencey. I feel like Bill Nye. It's hard being good at everything. Just kidding. I still got life. Well, not like really, like a little bit, but it's okay, you guys. We do it together, so it's fun. It's a party in my pants. That was stuck in my head earlier today, and I said it at Walmart. My boyfriend's like that. Oh my goodness, friends. I would never say it, but I'm so sad that all this hair dye is coming off my skin because it's time for the last one. I saved this for last because this was my idea. I feel like this one's self-explanatory, you guys. We are, in fact, going to waste a whole box of Power Oops, which I'm kind of sad that the timing is a little off because I needed this for when we try to remove these colors. But I'll go get another one. I'm having one of those moments where maybe I'll be a smart person and I'll just take a little out. I'll be right back. I just remembered I got some of these for my business. These are in fact miniature disposable cups. They're so cute. What these are for though is so I have a disposable vessel to get equal measurements for when I do my skincare oils. How nifty. I love I love a good big brain moment. Okay. Back to dumb mode. I just spilled on myself. We're gonna mix this with my fingers. Oh, we're nailing it today, guys. Okay. We're gonna use the color Oops on our skin. For your hair, it says you're supposed to leave this in for 20 minutes. I don't know if I quite have the patience for that. So maybe after like 5 or 10 minutes, we'll scrub this and we'll compare the end results. It's been a while. This is now turning into instead of purple like a weird black color. It's kind of sus. Look at that little scrub. Maybe we'll scrub it with a little water. It's really hard to see. This is by far the worst so far, which kind of sucks because it's the one I thought of. It would also be the most expensive option. So, based on the results, I would not go this route. Alright, you guys, it's time for the big reveal. I feel like I'm opening a present. It's me! I'm the present. Oh, you guys. I love it. Somebody order a hooker. It was surprisingly hard to remember the order that I did this in. But I think I figured it out. If I did it wrong, feel free to roast me. I think we have bleach, baking soda, soap, window cleaner, hair dye, hand sanitizer, toothpaste, color. Oops. Does that sound about right? Let you guys get a nice little viewy. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm quite impressed by all of the results today. I think the only one that didn't work that good was hand sanitizer. What a fun day. I feel like in order to clean this all off, I'm gonna try and test out one last thing. This is just for my own personal knowledge. Usually this concept is done on your face. It's using oil to clean skin. It's usually oil cleansing, and it's usually meant to take out the bad gunk and leave you with the good gunk. So it's usually not like a cleanser cleaning, as in removing probably dye. I'm not sure. But since I always have some oil handy, since it's available on my website, I figured we could try using some oil. How fun. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it. The only positive advantage, I don't know if this is even gonna work. The only positive advantage though, if this did work, or if it yields any results at all, you definitely wouldn't use that much though. It would be so wasteful. We're just having fun, you guys. The only advantage to this method would be that this oil would be good for your skin, because all the other stuff we tried today, guys, is not good for your skin at all. So, what I'm gonna do is, since I scrubbed everything else for at least a minute or two, or let it sit for a minute or two, I'm gonna elect to put one more coat on a fast track through the scrubbing. I'll show you guys this last result. Okay. Okay, guys. I don't want to cause any damage to my skin like I did previously on other days. But you guys, I'm a real boy. I look normal. Aside from the fact I shaved my leg. My leg's back to normal. Honestly, you guys, what a fun day. Woo! I'm so happy we finally got to do our little experiment. I'm happy it worked out, which means yesterday's shenanigans didn't go to waste. I think I'm gonna go chill a little bit and work on another project. I had so much fun though. I hope you guys had fun with me today as always. You guys are so awesome. I love you, and I'll see you super soon. Goodbye.